If you've been watching my channel recently, you know that I did a video last week covering Linuxfx. I was pretty critical of this operating system, not aimed at the distro per se, but the way it was represented on the website. But I did do the video, I pointed out some things that bothered me, and then the Linux developers actually reached out and responded to my video. I thought hard about doing a third video about it because they did reach out again, and I wasn't sure if this actually deserved a third video, but they actually made some changes on their website, and I want to point that out to my viewers to be fair. So that's what we're covering today on eBuzz Central. This video is made possible today by the eBuzz Central store. If you're looking for Linux-themed apparel and items, it's the place to go. We have everything from Arch all the way down to Linux Mint, so zip on over, check it out. And if there's something that you would like to see on the store that's not already there, let us know in the comments below. Now we're going to zip on over to Linuxfx's comments that they sent me. I did my primary video, they responded, I did a secondary video, and then they responded again, twice. And it basically says, at eBuzz. And what I did is I pointed out that there were alternatives for OneDrive out there that were easy to set up and Android emulation that were easy to set up, and this is the response that I received. Yes, there are alternatives, but they are not complete, and Windows users would not be able to use them. Linuxfx uses a full Android image with OpenGL support, is fully compatible with the Play Store, and works without any stuttering. Now, I don't know how important this is to a Windows or a Linux user to be able to run Android apps on your PC. But if it is important, there are alternatives out there for you. And it also states there is support for OneDrive. However, without a GUI to help inexperienced users, it only works for Linux users. We develop tools that will work automatically and easily as it should for Windows users. I want to go ahead and point something out here real quick, so let's zip on over to a website, and I'm going to go ahead and point out what I used to use when I had everything on OneDrive. I actually used what is called OneDriver, and it comes with a graphic user interface tool. And what it does is you download it, you can set it up, you can install it right here from terminal, and I do believe there's actually a deb package that you can use as well, but I will double check on that. And it says once it's installed, you've got OneDriver on your system. You just click on it, and then you can add your OneDrive right here. You just click that little button, and then you come down here and you get your regular Microsoft sign-in page that you would get if you were on Windows. And you put your information in, and once you've successfully logged in, there is your OneDrive right there in your file manager. With a graphic user interface, easy to set up, and it makes things real simple for you. And there's not a lot of steps involved, and it's not rocket science. So let's zip back on over to the comment. Now, the second comment, he said, I spend nights writing code and interfaces to facilitate a smooth transition from Windows to Linux. And can't I charge for it? I never said you can't charge for it. If you go back and look at it, my main point of contention was, yes, it's open source software. You're charging $35 for it. But the bigger concern was I had a lot of viewers point out the fact that they had bought a professional key and never received it. In return, I was told, check your spam folder. And I said, why don't you put on your website that if you do buy a professional key, check your spam folder? That's what I was saying. And if you go back and watch the video, you will see that. Then the next thing is, you should test it out and put a Windows user in front of an MX Linux, DistroWatch's #1 distribution, and show him Linuxfx and ask him which way it's going to go. Then yes, later you can say, I'm deceiving someone. The only time I ever pointed anything out about you deceiving somebody was when you were selling a key and they didn't receive it. Point blank, period. That's the only thing I said. But I'm going to take your challenge. I'm going to open up MX Linux. So if there's Windows users out there that haven't seen MX Linux before, I'm going to show it to you. So let's zip on over to that desktop. And this is MX Linux. You're a Windows user. You've never touched Linux before. So you decide to download MX Linux, throw it on a USB, or maybe even try it into a virtual machine. You boot into it, and here you are. Okay, you're a computer user. You've got general knowledge. Okay, you know if you come down here, you've got date and time, You got a little arrow here. Let's click that up. Okay, there's my notifications. There's my clipboard. There's my keyboard. KDE Connect. I have no idea what that is. Maybe I need to look that up. And then Bluetooth. I know what Bluetooth is. So I've got my internet. Most recent. Okay, that's for USBs. There's my battery power. There's my volume. Ooh, there's the terminal. I don't want to touch that. I'm terrified of the terminal. Well, where's my... Okay, there's a file manager. What is that? Oh, okay, so there's my file manager. So there's desktop, downloads, pictures, video. Okay, so that's where I store everything. Okay, that's pretty easy to figure out. How do I get on the internet? Oh, that's a web browser. Let me click on that. Okay, so it just opened up. Let me go ahead and maximize that. So can I go to YouTube from this web browser? YouTube. Hey, it's got Google as a search engine. Okay, YouTube. Okay, so I can get to YouTube. Can I check my Gmail? Got to have Windows to check my Gmail, right? Gmail. Oh, there's Gmail. Awesome. I can sign in right there. Okay, so that's my internet browser. So is this my applications like on Windows? Okay, I've got games. I've got graphics. I've got internet. I've got multimedia. I don't know what any of these are. I'm going to have to play around with them. MX Tools, what is that? Ooh, I got a lot of tools listed here. I have no idea what any of these do. But I bet if I just look around for 5 or 10 minutes, what is LibreOffice? Let me look at LibreOffice. Let's maximize that. So what is Writer Document? So what is that? Okay, so that is like Microsoft Word. Really neat. So let me point something out right now for you guys out there that have never touched Linux and have never seen LibreOffice. Do you want it to work and function just like Microsoft Office so you can save documents in a Microsoft format? Let me show you a little trick here. Go up here to Tools. Go down to Options. See where it says Load and Save right here? Click on Load and Save. General. It says right here, Text Document. Down here it tells you the format that it's going to be saved in. So go ahead and click on that format. Slide down here where it says Word 2007 through 365. .docx, apply it. Then you can go down and, okay, my spreadsheets, I want them to save as Excel format. So let's go ahead and 2007 through 365 Excel and apply. And then maybe I'm doing PowerPoint presentations and I need to change that format as well. Zip on down here, PowerPoint 2007 through 365 and apply. Okay, so that basically means anything you upload, download, or work on is going to be saved or transmitted in the Microsoft format. So there's that. So let's go ahead and close out of LibreOffice. Then you can come back over here, Science and Math, Settings, System. It's not rocket science, guys. MX Linux is #1 on DistroWatch's list. I don't really give a lot of account to the numbers on DistroWatch because I think there's behind the scenes things that we don't quite understand. But one thing you're not going to get with Windows is you got a welcome screen right here. It's got frequently asked questions, a user's manual, a wiki, tools. You got a tweak panel. You've got popular apps, contribute, videos, forums. Yes, it does not look like Windows 11. I understand that. It's probably not as polished as Windows 11, but that's MX Linux. And it's a nice operating system. And one more thing I want to cover real quick in this video before I close. Let me zip on over to a website. Before we go to the website, I do want to point something out. Last week when I did my video, this is what Linuxfx's website stated. .exe.msi applications. Linuxfx can run .exe and MSI programs natively with a double click as in Microsoft Windows. That to me bothered me for the simple fact that no, it can't. It can't. I tried it. It doesn't. Other users have tried it. It doesn't. And then it was pointed out to me that it stated the compatibility mode expands this feature even further. I downloaded base programs, small exe files that didn't need anything to run, just little bitty files to see if they would open, and they didn't open. I took account what this said. That bugged me. Linuxfx can run .exe and .msi programs natively with a double click as in Microsoft Windows. No, it can't. Now let's go to Linuxfx's website. I stated in the video I thought they needed to change the wording of that. And if you look on their website now, let's scroll down to where it was, .exe and .msi applications. The wording has now been changed, and I think this is a great step. Using Wine 7 and in advanced compatibility mode, Linuxfx runs a wide range of Microsoft Windows applications with just a double click. Now they're being truthful. With Wine 7 and a compatibility mode, it can run a wide range of Windows applications with just a double click, which means not all of them are going to work. Some of them will, some of them won't. That's the same experience you're going to have on any other Linux distro. Now, all I would ask from this point forward is down here on Professional, where it says $35, put you a little footnote right here and let everybody know, hey, if you pay for a key and you don't get it, check your spam folder. I still think there's work to get done, and I still think there's work to be done on the wording of their website, but I applaud them. I truly applaud Linuxfx for making these changes. I in no way wanted to come off like I was bashing these people. What I was doing was pointing out things I had a problem with, and the wording was kind of misleading. My opinion. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments below. But they're going in the right direction. They're taking the right steps to alleviate these issues. I'm glad they watched the video, and I'm glad they listened to the community. Couple more edits to their website, and I think everything will be fine. Maybe you disagree with me. If you do, let me know in the comments below. Make sure to zip on over to the eBuzz Central store. Check it out. If you like something on there, go ahead and pick it up. And if there's something you'd like to see on there that's not there, please let us know in the comments below. Do me a favor before you leave today. Please like, subscribe, or follow my channel. Doesn't cost anything, and if you end up not liking me, you can always unsubscribe. If you like the channel and enjoy the videos that we're producing, you can support us by becoming a member to the channel, buying us a cup of coffee, or better yet, becoming a patron to the channel over on Patreon. Those links will be in the description below. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you in the next video.